discretion advised. If you don't like wafflers waffling about GTA 6, this isn't for you. If you don't like speculation, this isn't for you. If you don't like getting hyped for the biggest video game ever, this definitely isn't for you. This is a place where we are gonna get jacked about GTA 6. Welcome to WAFFLER at HANKS, episode 1. The debut.
The debut. And we're here. We made it to yet another GTA 6 show on your timeline. It's just what you needed. I know. Yet another GTA 6 show on your timeline. And I appreciate you stopping by. I know it won't be for everyone, but I am a huge GTA fan and another GTA 6 waffler who just can't wait to frequently visit HANKS coming up in 231 days from the first episode that we're recording here today on April 1st. And it's not an April Fool's joke, but I thought it'd be fun to start on April 1st, put the first episode up and out there, just to really kind of set the tone of how serious this is, which is not that serious at all. In a lot of ways, I'm not sure what this is going to be other than a show where I yap about all things I'm excited about in GTA 6 and reminisce about growing up with this franchise and my memories playing through the years. It's kind of what we're going to get into today. But more than anything, I'm here not because the world needs another GTA 6 podcast or show or more speculation, but we love speculation. All those things in that intro are things we're definitely doing here. That's why we have that viewer discretion advised to begin the show. But what I just kept coming back to was there will never be another year like this again, and of course that's true about every year. Blah blah blah. But there will never be another year where GTA 6 comes out for the first time ever. To this incredible anticipation and hype, so anticipated, so exciting, so hype, and it's the year of GTA 6. We hope, fingers crossed. It definitely does seem like it when they're talking about spending money on marketing and stuff. It sounds like it's getting serious and they're locking in. And that's so exciting. I couldn't miss this unique year because, years with brand new GTAs have become even more rare than they were in my childhood and are gonna seemingly become more rare with the live service giant GTA 6 Online is likely to be. So here I am because I can't miss out on this. We'll look back at the journey of this game one day with nostalgia and with a certain just a love and appreciation for what's about to come up here in the next few weeks, which is like so fun to think about. The next Take Two call coming in about 6 or so weeks from now, about mid-May. Those usually land. Rockstar's definitely going to, I think, provide an update, and by update I mean I think we're getting Trailer 3 and pre-orders, just like just before the May 2018 call for Red Dead 2, which is of course the most recent thing we had to go by. But cover art, Trailer 3, pre-orders, I think all that goes down between now and in the next 6 weeks. I really do. And it's so exciting because, just Trailer 3 is going to be so exciting alone, but then we're going to get to actually, like, fucking see the cover art for the first time. We're going to get to pre-order the game. And then it starts rolling. The launch marketing kicking off this summer. And we'll be seeing ads on our feeds. They'll be updating the website with new screenshots and information. It's the calm before the storm, and I'm not trying to be some hotshot GTA YouTuber. I'm just a guy who's loved GTA my whole life. It's my favorite game franchise of all time, dating back to my childhood. I absolutely love and adore this franchise so much, and the evolution in Rockstar games from game to game is just always so freaking mind-blowing, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see them do it once again. Evolving from the incredible Red Dead Redemption 2 that still holds up so well all these years later, 7.5 years later, about, and then by the time I get to GTA 6, 8 years later. But between now and then, between in the next 231 days, shit's gonna really kick off, and there's gonna be a lot to talk about, a lot to get into and dissect. Is this part of the gameplay? Is this And that's the thing is like the first thing I ever seen of this game, unfortunately, was the 2022 leaks, the huge leak. But the thing about that was the speculation begins then immediately. You're thinking like you're watching the waffle scene, and you're thinking, is this gameplay? Is this part of a mission? Either way, this is exciting, and that's where I got my first look. So even though that was a rough situation, everybody's seen the game like that for the first time. Not how Rockstar really wanted us to see it, obviously, for the first time. To state the obvious, the very obvious. But yeah, there's just gonna be so much to get into, and it's gonna be so exciting. And you know, while there's a lot of nostalgia, there has been frustration with the long periods of silence and the delays and question of, man, how are they marketing the biggest video game of all time? But I do think it's about to pop off. I mean, we're gonna get like previews, hopefully, maybe from like the press, or maybe like a hands-off type demo like they used to do, and then the press gets to write about what they saw. Oh man, it's just like there's so many things to look forward to in the lead up, and then of course playing it. There's that too. In 231 days, I really hope I was sitting close enough to that mic this whole time. You're probably gonna hear my voice fluctuate as I get closer sometimes, further away. I don't know. Not a professional. We're doing our best, I think. Hopefully, we're doing okay though. But anyways, here we are. Let's get to waffling. You probably noticed me looking at. I'm kind of using notes as a reference and then kind of riffing. That's I think how I'm gonna do these episodes of Waffler at Hanks. But we'll see. It might evolve into just being like, hey, this new screenshot they released. Let's just sit here and talk about this because I have some. We have this to talk about and that to talk about, and maybe I'll do some of that with the existing screenshots we already have that are some of my favorite ones I could go over between now and when the silence ends and the promo begins in the next 6 weeks. Hopefully, I'm thinking again, speculating of course, but hoping trailer 3 by the end of April or early May. Last week of April, first week of May, I think right in that time frame, and the cover art right around that time frame as well, maybe a little bit beforehand, like GTA 5 a long time ago. But GTA 5, they did it like a few weeks beforehand, before the third trailer. Red Dead 2, I want to say they did it like the day after the third trailer or the day of. Because like the pre-orders go live with the third trailer typically. Well, again, typically we're going off of 2 releases that were 8 and 13 years ago. It's kind of, but a lot of people like to claim, that they're not predictable with this stuff in terms of like when promo's going to drop. But I mean, with Red Dead 2 and GTA 6, well, and GTA 5, just in general, there is an element that is quite predictable, and it's them releasing info before these Take-Two calls. Not all of them, especially when the game is revealed 3 years before it actually comes out. There's going to be long periods of silence because it was revealed probably, too early. But we're getting there. 231 days away here on this April 1st, 2026. And I want to talk about how GTA, since my childhood, that was not a sentence at all. But GTA 3 is where it all started for me. That was my first GTA. And I recall being blown away that it was a video game. Like, that you could do all the shit in the video. There was just this unbelievable sandbox, and you could just do whatever. I mean, obviously it's evolved, and there's even more now you can do. But what my little mind back then was thinking was, this is like so much. How is this a video game? You can do so much. This is such an outlier from like all of the video games I had experienced up to that point, And what I did when trying to make these notes the other day was just trying to think of like what first comes to mind when I try to recall memories of playing these games. And it's with GTA 3, it's stealing the Banshee from the dealership and driving it out with like the glass windows, driving it right out the window. and the Banshee, I love, and since then and still to this day is my favorite car in the game series in the Grand Theft Auto universe. I just love it so much, and I'm sure it dates back to that, right? Because it was just so fun stealing that thing and cruising around, and I just hear the glass windows of the dealership busting through those. And another thing I thought of when trying to recall other stuff, it was so long ago, obviously GTA 3, 2001, right? But one thing I was thinking of, it has similar vibes to GTA 4. It's like kind of more dark and gritty nature to it. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know if I had ever really thought about that before. You know, obviously they're just totally different games. As the technology evolved, Rockstar evolved with it, and GTA 4 is a lot different than like San Andreas, the most recent GTA before 4. So, but yeah, GTA 3 is where it all started for me. I knew nothing about GTA 1 or 2 or any, nothing like that. So GTA 3, which is where it became 3D and changed the world and became this spectacular video game franchise that is now worth billions. It's crazy to think about. So yeah, it's tough. I feel weird not being able to recall more than that. It was so long ago, I mean, yeah, we didn't have a voiced protagonist in that one, right? Protagonist, I don't think had any voice lines, if I recall correctly. So it's like GTA 3 is a good introduction. I remember I do like the protagonist car in GTA 3. Google that. What is that? 3. Which one's like the default car? I don't want to like leave dead air time while I'm just sitting here googling. That's probably not great. I mean, we're trying to make it clear this is just a very unserious GTA YouTube show, another GTA YouTube show for your timeline, and I'm gonna waffle. I'm definitely gonna waffle. I don't remember what the car was, and for whatever reason, I was having a tough time googling it. But anyways, we're just gonna carry on. It's I definitely remember taking that to the safe house a lot, and I don't really know what insight that gives you, but I'm just kind of trying to recall memories on the fly here for GTA 3 because I just didn't have any more in my notes. um, and then so yeah, we'll carry on to Vice City. One thing with Vice City, of course, is the interesting. Well, I guess maybe not fun, but the interesting thing is that it was meant to be like an add-on to GTA 3 originally, and then it turned into its own game, and so it came out just a year after. And Vice City, scale-wise, and I think, again, it's been so long, so, but I think if I remember right, mostly like gameplay-wise and scale-wise, felt very similar to GTA 3, which makes sense. It was like meant to be an add-on to GTA 3 originally, and it came out just a year after GTA 3, not that long after. Something that will literally never, ever, ever, ever happen again. Getting a new GTA 1 year after the most recent one. But in Vice City, I remember spending a lot of time at and around the mansion, which I hope that returns in GTA 6. That'd be really fun. An Easter egg, and maybe you can sneak in some way. I don't know. Maybe it's not like super open. If I remember, like in Vice City, like you could just like walk in pretty easily and shit, like go into like the garage or like the pool in the back. But maybe it's I don't know. Hoping there's more stealth in this game. Stealth's fun. I hope the rumor that like prone was cut isn't true. I really hope we still have prone. I'm getting off topic a bit, but that's what we're gonna be doing for sure. But yeah, so I hope the mansion returns and we get a way to interact with it. We can go inside or something, or we can maybe there's a unique car in the garage if you can sneak in or something. I also love spending time at the Malibu Club. I think that's what it's called. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure. I thought it was so random how they had police, firefighter, paramedic, and so on dancing together, but like in their work outfits. Vice City Malibu Club. Yeah. That's definitely it. I again hope that returns in GTA 6. But I may or may not have used to go up to like the top level of that, like above the dance floor. I don't remember exactly, but however you get up there and use my sniper maybe on the dance floor. I thought that was so funny though. Like the people they had on the dance floor, just in their like work outfits, like a firefighter. But anyways, the brass knuckle is another thing. That I absolutely loved, and I put a note to myself here to kind of look up the other weapons in GTA Vice City because I definitely remember there's other ones that were unique. Yeah, the brass knuckles is definitely one that was really fun. Was that in like another GTA? Maybe it was. It's just like for whatever reason, when I think of Vice City, I think of that using the brass knuckle. Oh, chainsaw's another one. That's definitely another one. Oh my god, I pulled up a list here. Oh my god. Again, so maybe some of these were in other GTAs. It's just that I'm recalling memories with certain ones of these. Nightstick would be another one. That's pretty fun. Oh man, they had all sorts of different, like they had like a katana, a knife, a machete, a meat cleaver. Holy crap, bro! Hammer, golf club as well. Yeah, the chainsaw and the brass knuckles are like definitely top two. There was a lot of fun like non-gun weapons, but I am glancing at the guns right now too. Oh man, they had the minigun. Oh man. Oh man. There's that sniper I was talking about using in the club. Yeah, so there's like I feel like Vice City, it just has a certain vibe to it, and we're gonna get this on absolute roids in GTA 6 with like um what am I thinking of? The main street in Vice City basically. Oh my god. I guess just downtown Vice City. But well, I'm thinking of like am I thinking of not Vice Beach? Maybe I am. But the neon pink lights. Um, is it not like literally on Vice Beach, but like on that island? I don't know. I think it's just the main island, but I'm like totally spacing on what it would be called. But anyways, I can't wait to experience the neon lights of Vice City. It looks like we're gonna start at least with Jason, the story and the keys, and then he goes and gets Lucy out of prison. But she's maybe speculating, of course, maybe limited on where she can travel because of the ankle monitor that is seen in the first artwork. Her wearing the ankle monitor. I guess it's how they're gonna restrict map access early on. But how do they do it with Jason? Is it just like you? I don't know. Do we start with Lucia in prison, then jump over to Jason, and we see the sequence we saw in trailer 2? He goes about his day, and then goes and gets her out, and then they go about their adventures from there. I don't know, but anyways, I'm kind of getting into the depot because I was thinking we're gonna start probably like the keys, because I was thinking how quickly can we get to Vice City if there's map restrictions. You can probably hear me mention this a lot, so I might as well just like say it here on the opening episode. I liked how they did it in GTA 5 where there's no restrictions. I understand people's thoughts, which is like, well, let Rockstar introduce you to the map how they want you to through the story. I get that for sure. And I think that's fun. I think that's a fun shared memory people can have. But I'm also personally of the mind what overrides that for me is that I love the absolute unbelievable, huge, amazing, brand new sandbox filled with so much life and so many things to see and do outside the story. Not that I don't want to play the story, I definitely do. It'll be awesome. But I don't want to be forced to like get to a certain point in the story to see other parts of the map. And what overrides the shared experience thing I was talking about more than anything for me is my own unique. Let's say I know some fans are gonna cringe at this, and I'm sorry. I know you see it differently, and that's okay. It's not that serious, right? Just a video game. But let's say I go into Port Gellhorn before the story introduces me to it, because I'm allowed to. It is kind of what I'm kind of thinking of the scenario is without map restrictions. When there's map restrictions, you get in trouble and stuff. It's obviously different. But if you don't get in trouble, I can just go to Port Gellhorn whenever I want, even before the story introduces me. I will then have my own unique memory of my first time going to Port Gellhorn. I'm not saying nobody else in the world would have a similar memory or anything like that, but it's like not the same as like a shared story memory. And what's more appealing to me is having my own unique memory of the first time going to Port Gellhorn, the first time going to Vice City, etc., etc., the first time experiencing the Grass Rivers, the first time going to Mount Calaga. Oh my god, bro. I'm just like, I'm getting so excited just thinking about this game. This is why I had to do the show, because I could just sit here in the app and hopefully get other people excited and inspired and thinking, I don't know, it's probably, again, it's not that serious, but like, it's so exciting. And I really love the idea of every time I go to my own different part of the map, I have my own unique story that I can clip or just remember and tell forever. Like, first time I went to Port Gellhorn, this happened. I had this random thing happen on the highway in or whatever, and it was raining or whatever. And again, I can understand and I can totally appreciate that you want Rockstar through the story to introduce you to each area. I get it. But it's just what overrides that for me is my own personal And maybe that's selfish, but man, we've waited so long for this game. This game is on 15-year newer hardware than GTA 5 was originally built for. GTA 5 is, built for PS3 and 360 originally, hardware from like 05, 06. This hardware, console hardware, is from like 2019, 2020. We're talking a 14, 15-year difference in console hardware. And that's different than just remastering a game. Building it from the ground up on new hardware is obviously different than just remastering an existing game from older hardware. Like, it's just, that alone is so exciting because it's going to be, they're going to have better hardware, better tech to work with than Red Dead 2, which is a game that you can play in 2026 and without even a proper Xbox or PS Series X or PS5 version, still experience such an incredible, a game that is graphically more impressive than a lot of modern day games. And I'm not trying to glaze, but it's just insane. It's mind blowing to me. And that game is just gorgeous and beautiful and looks so amazing and holds up incredibly well again against modern titles. It's unreal. And that's from 2018 on an Xbox One or PS4 version. Not even on a new proper version, not even on a ported version. Man. It's amazing. It's amazing. But we got a way off. Kind of back to the topic. San Andreas. San Andreas, one of my favorites of all time. I will say, in terms of like, a tier list of GTA games. So as soon as I get back on topic, I'm gonna go back onto this. I'm gonna go to this topic for a moment. How it works for me, like 3 through 5, and I think it'll naturally just go. Definitely gonna keep going this. What I'm about to describe, it's gonna keep going this way, which is that it just gets better each time for me. I can appreciate things about 4 more than 5, of course, or things that with San Andreas that I liked more than maybe 4 or 5, certain elements, right? But like overall, as an overall game, an overall experience and everything, they're just giving you obviously more. And like a lot more. Starting with like San Andreas, I feel like. And then obviously there's a huge jump when we go into GTA 4 on newer consoles, and it's the HD era of GTA, moving away from the 3D era. But for me, it's literally GTA 3 is awesome. Holy shit, it's blowing my mind. Vice City, yeah, even better. It's like, not that like they like blow your mind again, but that they just kind of add on to it again. Kind of makes sense. It's meant to be that. And then San Andreas, they kind of do, and it's because of and this is how I want to get into it. I think about the map with San Andreas, what I think of first, and how huge it felt to me. It was so fun to go not one, but 3 notable popular cities in one GTA map. Not go, but get that. Yeah, get 1, but not 3. Sorry, not 1, but 3. Oh my goodness, I'll get there eventually. Because we had LA, Vegas, and San Fran. And I so wish, as much as I love GTA 5, I so wish we could have gotten like an HD universe version of this in GTA 5, where we could have had San Fierro, Las Venturas. But I'm hopeful, maybe far off in the future, GTA 6 Online will do a map expansion or something to San Fierro, Las Venturas, and we could go back in the HD modern day version. Oh man, that would be amazing. But that's probably a long time from now, so let's not get too into that. But it is fun to think about. In 231 days, we do get to go to the state of Leonida, and it's going to be fucking huge and awesome. Oh my god. And what's fun about that is when I talk to people about like maps in GTA, and they go, oh, well, is it how much bigger is it than GTA 5 or some question like that? I like to talk about how GTA 6, what we know so far, and the way it seems to be going, is going to be a lot like San Andreas. Not necessarily 3 big cities, but like in that direction. I mean, obviously it's its own thing, but like it reminds me of that because I think it's going to feel a lot grander than GTA 5's map. Just like San Andreas felt a lot grander than Vice City and GTA 3's maps, right? I mean, to me, anyways. So, and GTA 5 probably at first felt grander than GTA 4's map, but when you kind of go back and revisit GTA 4, man, they're actually kind of similar. I would almost like, if you were to compare the HD era and 3D era, I would go in a sense of like the maps and how big they felt. I would tie together. Let me think about this. Kind of lost my train of thought while explaining the thought I was getting to. But I would say, oh yeah, so GTA 3 and Vice City map feeling size-wise about the same. And GTA 4 and 5, in hindsight, again, I would say probably not at first, but in hindsight now that you realize that the top half of GTA 5's map is just, not to hate on it, but it's a lot of just countryside and a lot of just nothingness. There's some cities and stuff. And it's like not really interesting countryside like you would get like in Red Dead 2. But anyways, so GTA 3 and Vice City are kind of the modern day equivalent to that map size wise is, I think, GTA 4 and 5. And GTA 6 is the San Andreas in this equation, where you go, oh yeah, those maps in hindsight kind of feel the same. Three in Vice City and 4 and 5. But then and it makes sense. 13 years after GTA 5, huge jump up in GTA 6 because of the tech, as I was mentioning, and what we know already. You know, map-wise, GTA 6 is at least 2 larger cities, right? Port Gellhorn, not as big as Vice City, but still going to be a larger city. It feels like. It definitely seems like, and a bunch of Ambrosia is smaller, and a bunch of other smaller cities and towns, plus lots of countryside, which will be like Red Dead Redemption 2 countryside, as we can see from the screenshots and trailers and whatnot. So map-wise, yeah, it really does remind me of a modern-day San Andreas, because like I said, you got 2 larger cities and a bunch of smaller cities and towns, plus lots of countryside. You got grass rivers, you got the Keys, you got a mountain. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Endless water. And by mountain, I mean like a state park, really. The mountain is a state park, so like, yeah. And then, yeah, you can't forget the Keys. Like, worth mentioning twice. I'm so excited. Trailer 1, the shot of the Keys. Oh my god. And the screenshot of the Keys, which is like in a similar area that they put out with Trailer 2 on the same day. Oh my god. Some of the most beautiful looks at this game we are going to get. I love them so much. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Oh my god. So it's going to be grander than ever version of the San Andreas map. I kind of turned this into like a GTA 6 State of Leonida map promo because it's just like, oh my god. I think it's going to be awesome. And really big and really mind-blowing. You know, but that's going to happen. Get off on GTA 6 hype moment. That's going to happen. Another thing I remember San Andreas. Oh, and this could be a separate question. My notes are kind of all over the place. Imagine we're kind of a mess here. We were getting everything set up and ready, and not so much super dialed on the notes as much as I hopefully will be in future episodes going forward. But let me close that. Okay. Oh, the music that comes to mind when I think of each game for the first time, like what song or songs or radio station, and I don't remember. I'd have to look. I don't remember what station this plays on. Actually, I'll Google right now. Because I think I know. Oh yeah, KDST radio in San Andreas. Horse with no name. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt great to be out of the rain. Okay, nobody needs me singing, really. Let's be real. But that playing on the radio while driving a fucking crop duster or a tractor or some other random thing. I feel like San Andreas, another thing is like the vehicles. I was gonna like look up San Andreas vehicles, but who are we kidding? That's probably gonna be like such a fucking long list to look through. Maybe so we can like just glance and like in this shout out to GTA Base here on their website. There's just images. Yeah. So like that helps because I can just like scroll through and glance. The Beagle plane, going by the in-game names obviously here. Obviously the Banshee. Shout out to Banshee in every GTA ever. We love the Banshee. Ooh, what else? Oh man, that old cab from San Andreas. Oh man. Yeah, crop duster. Literally called that. Mentioned that. Oh my god, that you could drive the combine harvester. The Dodo plane, of course. Dozer, dumper, a big ass dump truck you could drive. Oh, there's so many cool vehicles. And again, it's like maybe not just unique to San Andreas, but it's like what I think of when I think about San Andreas. There's definitely some of these unique vehicles, like kind of like with Vice City with their unique like weapons, non-guns, like brass knuckles, like I was mentioning. As always, pretty much with anything I say and have like nostalgia about in these old games, it goes without saying, but I'm probably gonna say it anyways most of the time. I want it in GTA 6. Of course, you're a GTA fan. What do I want as a GTA fan? I want the ultimate everything we've had in previous GTAs and realistic things we've asked for in future DJs. So, yeah, man, the giant tractor driving around San Andreas, that was fun. That was fun with some great tunes. Not only just that song, but just obviously great tunes overall. Get a sip here. Um, GTA 4, what comes to mind immediately is a neighborhood buddy who would come over and I'd play while he hung out in the background, kind of just watch me fuck off in single player, obviously. And then we'd switch. Then I'd chill out for a bit. I think it was like till dying. So it was like, and we were obviously wanted to get into mischief and fuck around in the open world and fuck off. So yeah, until we got wasted or caught by the cops or whatever. Then or maybe if it went on for a long time, maybe we'd switch. I can't remember. So long ago, obviously. Coming up on 18 years this month of GTA 4 anniversary. That's crazy to think about. But yeah, we were trying to play on while the other watched. Smashing Pumpkins on the radio comes to mind music-wise for that. Oh, man. I can definitely remember, too, wanting to go to the other islands. I remember this in all the GTAs that had the map restriction, which is all of them except 5, basically. Well, at least from 3, Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5. Map restriction to some degree. And so, yeah, I definitely wanted to go to the other islands, man, without having to beat a certain part of the story. Again, it's like nothing against the stories in GTA games. They're fantastic. But I just love getting out there. We wait so long for these games, and they come out, and I want to immediately explore. Play the opening mission, introduce me to some of the mechanics, and then I'm going to go explore. And then maybe I'll come back and dabble with a mission, and then go explore some more. But I might just go explore and explore and explore and explore and explore. I really might, man, because it's just like, oh, what a treat. Like, what a treat these games are. And like I said, they're getting more rare and only seems like probably only going to get even more rare. What else about GTA 4 though? Oh man, just so much fun driving through that. It's it's next to the middle park, I want to say. Or like near it. I mean, middle park definitely. I remember cruising by that so much, going through the middle of the map. I think that's the part of the GTA 4 map I enjoyed the most was the middle island. And then secondly, probably this island you start on. Um, and then Jersey, and then lastly the small island up top. I probably spent I don't know. I mean, like, did we have some access to that at the beginning? I can't remember how locked off that was at the beginning. I know like Manhattan and New Jersey, um, were the middle island and the leftmost island were restricted, obviously, if I recall correctly, from 18 years ago. But GTA 4 just felt like such a dense world. You know what I mean? Like, um, it felt like there's just so much packed in, which makes sense. It's like based on New York City, obviously, and New Jersey. It makes sense. But they really nailed it. It's still kind of something to marvel at to me. Like, it felt so densely packed with the amount of interiors, with the little things you can find. I mean, you like go to like one of those little islands between the middle island and the other one, and there's like a baseball field on one of them, and like docks kind of hidden away, in a sense. Like there's just like that's just one little example. There's like so many things. You go to the Statue of Happiness, and you can get inside that building up top, see the heart pumping on the Statue of Happiness. Um, man, definitely remember. Oh, I just again, I probably should have come a little bit more prepared, but it's kind of fun doing it off the cuff. Um, the oh, was it called Duke? Maybe. Yeah, Dukes. That car, bro, was that muscle car I drove around in so much. Two-door muscle car. I think it made its debut in GTA 4. It looks like it did here, according to this. GTA 4 episodes from Liberty City, GTA Chinatown Wars, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto Online. Yeah, not listed for GTA 6 here. I wonder if that's just like outdated. I don't know if we've seen it or not, but I would presume. It just seems like almost all of the GTA 5 cars are making their way over to GTA 6. That's a thing that I don't think about very often because I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I don't know if it's like necessary that they go crazy, but I really hope there's like more new cars that have never been in the series before than we've seen so far, which is also thinking about it right now, totally possible because that's probably something they'd want to actually maybe hide. It makes you. I'm getting deep into this, but this is what I do. We're waffling. I. It makes me think when they go to like take a screenshot of the traffic for a public screenshot to post or a segment of the traffic for a trailer, whatever it is. Do they modify some little thing in game to like not spawn a new car, or do they just like wait for a moment where one of the new cars isn't spawned, like a brand new one that's never been in the series before that they're trying to hide and not have people see until launch, which would be really fun. I hope they pull this off with like a ton of them and purposely hide them from us. But I don't know. Sometimes I think about it, I get a little worried, but that we haven't seen any. But it kind of makes sense. Maybe we haven't. Thinking about it right now, maybe it just makes sense. They want to hide that, and surprises because that would be really fun. But yeah, obviously we're gonna have a lot of cars return from GTA 5. Um, yeah, GTA 4 Star Junction is another thought. The thing I think about GTA 4 and what I always mention, you're gonna hear me talk about it a lot, probably, but it seems like it's probably gonna happen. So I probably need to relax about it. I want the return of restaurant interiors, to some degree, not all, but maybe all of like the chain ones, because you really are just copying and pasting that. Again, I'm not saying it's like easy or anything, but like easier than. But and when I mentioned that because GTA 4, you can go inside Cluck and Bell, you can go inside Burger Shot. I feel like there's definitely more. Those are always the two that immediately come to mind. There's like coffee shops. There's an internet cafe. So yeah, and there's like some of that in GTA 5, but yeah, I mean like it was a bummer that like Burger Shots can't really go into, right? Cluck and Bell. Some of these places have drive-throughs too, and those have never been functional. This is getting really nerdy with it, but I would like that to be functional. I would like functional drive-throughs like Cluck and Bells and Burger Shots, some of the chains. Um, and I hope we can go into Hank's Waffles. It seems like we can, even if it's only for what we've seen in leaks years ago was like a mission. Even so, I would guess that has like since it has an interior, it would just be open in general. I'm hoping that what we saw was like literally just a robbery that you can do in free roam gameplay in the open world when you're hanging out Jason and Lucia together, hanging out with them together. You can just be like, hey, want to go rob waffle shop? Yeah, sure. Okay, let's do it. So I really hope it goes down that way. But either way, an interior there, I definitely think we'll have more interiors. They're less restricted because again, 14, 15-year newer console hardware is being built on compared to GTA 5 and what it was built on. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. um, but I got sidetracked. I had another thought there, and I'm trying to recall it. Yeah, just more restaurant interiors and functional drive-throughs. I think it'd be so fun to like roll through Burger Shot at 3 a.m. after going on some random crime spree and just order a nice burger and fries. But then the question becomes like, I guess then they gotta make animations for their character eating their cars. They're driving one-handed or something. I guess how does that work? Think how much work every little decision is in a game, because there's so much detail in what they do in their games that it's like, oh yeah, you want functional drive-throughs? Well, easy for you to say. We need to have like a few hundred animations for that to work, or maybe like thousands. I don't know. Like like it's sure a lot more than I realized. But I would love that. It was such a bummer in GTA 5. I love the amount of interiors in GTA 4, and that's definitely a thing I recall and think about GTA 4 is like cruising around in the Duke's car, listening to Smashing Pumpkins on the radio. Also LCHC, I think it was Liberty City Hardcore radio station. I'm not necessarily into the music on that station, but the bumpers between I guess what do we call bumpers? Basically when the host comes in between the songs, and is like saying some crazy shit. It's so good, and they're just wild, especially on LCHC. I'm definitely gonna say that way sometime eventually, maybe. Yeah, GTA 4, man. What else? Oh, I noticed little things like this. Like, and it's a different function in GTA 5. In GTA 5, when it's cops chase down NPCs in single player mode, randomly out of the blue, it's just always a shootout every time. Eventually, they get them stopped, and the NPCs get out, and the cops start firing, and they fire back, and we see who wins. But in GTA 4, cops would be chasing NPCs on foot a lot and not shooting them. And then if they eventually catch them, put them in the back of the police car. And then they just drive around like in blocks. It's kind of nonsense from there. They don't actually take them to the police station. But I'm hoping a return of like that. But well, and both those things. And we saw that one of the screenshots for sure. Probably one of the ones I'll cover in a future episode of Waffler and Hanks, where we talk about some of my favorite screenshots from GTA 6. Excuse me, belching that Fanta soda. But yeah, more varied cop NPC interactions seems so fun. I guess trailer 2 too. We can see the cops having NPCs pulled over. Thinking back to trailer 2 as well. So that's really exciting. Because I love that in GTA 4 they don't just immediately blast. They would like chase a guy down and then maybe eventually get him in the back of the cop car. And what I loved to do was free him because like it's a video game. So of course the back of the cop car is not locked. So if you just like get the cops on, they start driving away with this person, and you like just distract them. You get them wanted on you. You bump into their car or whatever, and all of a sudden they get out and start coming towards you, and the guy, the NPC, gets out of the back of the car and runs away. In most cases, anyways. Oh man, help them escape. I love that. It's little shit like that, little details that I really love. And then there's GTA 5. I was in college and remember coming home at like 11 a.m. or so to play for the first time after my first class of the day. I think it was my only class that day. Yeah. That day I just had a math class. So I waited through math class. I went to Walmart on the way home to pick up my copy and immediately start playing on this little tiny square 720, literally like a lot like this. What I'm sitting in right here for this YouTube show. Like a lot like this, but just imagine it being all gray around the outside. It's just this gray 720p TV, like 15 inches or something like that, I want to say. And it was either the same or a very similar TV that I played GTA 4 on as well with that friend that we were talking about in the that we we would trade off playing while the other one watched the chaos go down. That was fun. It was like, I guess it's not really co-op because somebody's not playing for a moment, but yeah, it was kind of fun to just see your friend wreak havoc and then be like, well, I can top that and maybe not get caught as quickly. But anyways, yeah, that was fun. I was thinking back to that for a moment, but with GTA 5, I was really thinking about this, and it's weirdly hard for me to remember my main takeaway from like the first day, other than the usual, wow, Rockstar blew me away again, right? Going back to GTA 3, the first time I ever played one, and then like with San Andreas, and then like I know I was comparing 4 to 5 with like being like 3 to Vice City. Obviously, 5 is definitely it's a little bit underselling for definitely for sure 5. Like the graphics are a lot better, even on just the base PS3 360 original version compared to you go back and play GTA 4 now. Oh my goodness. Um, Maybe they're not as I don't know. I'm not when I play GTA 5. I'm obviously not playing the old version because they've made remasters of that, and it's it's the Series X version. But so trying in my mind not to compare those, but maybe that's what I'm doing on accident. But anyways, it's hard to remember what. Yeah, like they blew me away again. Right, was definitely the thought. They've done it again, and the game looks amazing, insanely fun sandbox that I could explore entirely from the beginning, which I fucking love. Like I was mentioning, I got into that a little while ago without forgetting that I was going to get into it anyways. I love that, man. I don't know if I knew that going in. Like I was in college, I was kind of. It's a totally different build up to GTA 6 than it was to 5. And for me, I was definitely hyped and like going on GTA forums and trying to dissect screenshots and watch YouTube breakdowns and all like we've all been doing with GTA 6. I was doing that too at GTA 5, but it was just kind of more of a background thing because like college was like the forefront of my mind. That's what I was, focusing on and spending a ton of my time on. Um, so yeah, GTA 5 was like, oh yeah, can't wait. It's coming. It's on the way. But I'm busy. I'm literally in the middle of college. I'm busy. Got things. It helped pass the time more than anything. It helped pass the fucking time. Um, but in the build up to it, I don't know how tapped into certain things I was, like I definitely am now with GTA 6 and will continue to be. Maybe to my detriment if certain things leak before launch. We hope not, but special distance and shit. Like I watching something recently, and it reminded me. Maybe I knew about this back in the day. I just don't. It was so long ago, so it's hard to say. But I don't recall this. But obviously it happened. But I just don't recall because maybe it was again like I was so busy with college. But GTA 5's map outline leaked via like an achievement list thing that went live before the game came out. So it's like that's what they were able to nail the mapping project more. Not to like take away any credit from them. What they do is incredible over there. We're definitely going to talk about that on this show. God, the mapping project is so awesome. Sako 505. I love his YouTube channel so much, and the mapping project dudes are awesome. But he literally made a video saying that I think he was saying like it helped him a lot, this leak of the map outline. So hopefully shit like that doesn't happen again. But it feels like some things will happen like that, and I'm definitely more tuned in now, and I'm gonna see it with GTA 6. So it's a little bit scary, but there's just way more excitement that overrides it all in these next 231 days before we play this amazing game. But with GTA 5, I think one of my main takeaways on how much was how much fun the driving was. Yeah. It felt so much like you were in a movie, like if that makes sense. I The thing is like yeah, it's a little arcadey. I get that criticism of it, and I think I personally want a little bit more realistic driving in GTA 6. And back in the day, I enjoyed GTA 4 driving. After a while, it grew on me. But going back and playing GTA 4 more in the more recent years, for the first time in forever, it was like, oh, bro, every car is boxy as hell. And like that makes sense for some cars, but definitely not anywhere near all. Most people ask for like somewhere between 4 and 5, obviously, for the driving mechanics. A little bit more less arcadey, but not as boxy as GTA 4. And that's probably where I'd be. But I would still lean into GTA 5 more than 4 personally. It's just like I'm sure they'll get it right. I'm sure it'll be pretty damn good. But GTA 4, like I said, it grew on me, but GTA 5 is just like this driving is really fun. But maybe there should I do think that there should be more consequence. It's like too easy to like just roll your car back over and like keep going, for example, to me. So yeah, a little more realistic than 5, but not as boxy as 4. So what else did I write here? Yeah, I mean, it's just vehicles. Certain vehicles, the boxiness makes sense, but definitely not all. So that was my thing. That's where I kind of want it to be. Is kind of what I feel like I've seen a lot of people have been saying, like somewhere between 4 and 5. But I'd be the person I would lead more towards 5. Just like start with 5, which I guess they're going to anyways, because there's not really driving mechanics to Red Dead 2. Obviously they take a lot of mechanics from the most recent game, but you can't really. I mean, it's not GTA driving mechanics in Red Dead, so that's interesting to think about. I hadn't thought about it in that sense before. They probably just naturally are taking elements of GTA 5. Well, when they started development a long time ago, 6-7 years ago, wasn't trying to do a 6-7 joke, but yeah, when they started development, it started with GTA 5, I'm sure, but then it evolves into its own thing. I think they'll nail it. I think it'll be fun, but a little bit more consequence. I think that's actually the key for me. I think I figured out where I land on that more specifically, which is a little more consequence. You can't just like in GTA 5, you just roll your car over and it lands proper side up. Well, not every time, but a lot of the time, and it's like, I'd like that to be a little bit more punishing. Because then I got to go jack another car, and it seems like in GTA 6, at least to some degree, with some cars or something, you're going to need a tool, or it's going to be a little bit more complicated to hijack a car, and that's a really fun element too. There's so many exciting elements, and we're going to get into them over the coming weeks. The plan for now, I think, just to kind of like not burn myself out and not stress myself out. I'm easily stressed out and don't want to get anxiety over something very unserious and just for fun. This YouTube show. I thank you for tuning in. But the plan is, I think, once a week. Once things ramp up, we get like trailer 3 or new screenshots, whatever it may be. There's stuff to talk about. Maybe more than once a week. We'll kind of approach that when we get there. But for now, Waffler Wednesday is what it's going to be every Wednesday. And I'm going to try to. This one's going to get uploaded late today because I'm behind schedule, imagine, but we'll try to get them up a little bit earlier than you'll see this one go live today, April 1st. But in the meantime, unless something happens, which could, because I think we're in the home stretch of silence here before we get new Grand Theft Auto 6 news, and I definitely think it's gonna be positive and awesome stuff like trailer 3, pre-orders, cover art. Timeline wise, it just makes sense before the Take Two call in mid-May. That way, they can take all that new stuff and put it into the launch marketing that Strauss Zelnick of Take Two's talking about. The launch marketing that he said is coming this summer, which would be, real life advertisements. You're going to see ads on your feed, ads on side of buildings, billboards, you name it. Oh, it's going to be awesome. The year of GTA 6. I'm so excited to be here, and I appreciate you letting me have a place to waffle about this game I've been waiting so long for and really, really can't wait for it. And just every day we get closer and more hyped for this game. By the end of the month, it's going to be like around 200 days away, and we're probably going to have or be closing in on some big new news. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I can't wait. Thanks so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Waffler at HANKS. And we'll see you next week.